Hello, everyone. We'll be starting in a minute. I'm getting everything set up. Okay, post it there. Close this. Close these. Connection seems to be good. Voice is being picked up. I think we are good to go. So, hi everyone. Welcome to another stream of Ixion and the first stream for this week. How's everyone's weekend? Mine was okay. Um, everyone catch the Game Awards? I skipped all of the awards. I don't really care about that because I don't care about the Game Awards. Because it's just a popularity contest. But I like the games that were shown. Not all of them, but especially the last one. The last one's kind of like guns on horses. Woo! You could have shown that at any other point and put something else there that was much more anticipated. You know, like Fate of the Old Republic, which might be a sequel to to KOTOR. You know, my favorite game. Well, one of my favorite games. KOTOR 2 is the best. That's mine. And that was made by Obsidian. Again, Obsidian just, when they have to be part of a franchise to make a random game for that franchise, they can make a good game. Like, they were great with KOTOR 2, they were great with New Vegas. When they got to make their own games is when it's an issue. I didn't like Outer Worlds, as people would know if they've watched me, or what it, yeah, Outer Worlds. Outer Wilds is the other one. But yeah, a bunch of stuff was shown. I'm interested. New Tomb Raider. They're making like the first Tomb Raider game for like the 20th time. They keep remaking that game, but it is what it is. I'm still looking forward to it. Apparently, there's going to be like a whole unified timeline for that, which is interesting. Because apparently they're trying to combine the reboots that I played on my channel. You know, Tomb Raider, it's like Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then the whatever the Tomb Raider. Um, I liked all three. I do think the third one was a little bit lacking. Um, but apparently they're trying to combine all of that and the original games and the Legend games all into one timeline, which is okay. You know, some of those games I think we could do without, but it is what it is. It's whatever. But anyway, hope everyone had a nice weekend. Today we are continuing with Ixion. We are currently in space. We are still in the second system. Last time we were able to transport to the third system. However, I read up and we have to wait until the colonists are done on the planet that we've left them on in order to get the maximum amount of science from them. Once that is done, we can then leave. So I'm hoping that won't take too long. Hey, Swordmaster, welcome. But yeah, we're gonna see how we can get done. Hopefully, it won't take too long because you know, we need to leave when we have enough stuff. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's it. Yeah, that one. Um, but yeah, we're gonna see what we can get done and see what happens today. So without further ado, let's get to it. But how you doing, Swordmaster? Good to see you. Where is it? There it is. But yeah, for me, like I liked the survival trilogy for Tomb Raider. I thought they were good. Um, do I think they were the best games in the world? No, I think they could have been a lot better. Especially Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I feel that Shadow of the Tomb Raider was a bit. Eh, they weren't. It wasn't awful. It just wasn't as good as the first two. It felt like it was running on Steam at that point. I think. Right, showing up on there. Sound is being picked up. Refresh, restream. Doing fine. How about you? Yeah, I'm doing alright. I actually slept somewhat better last night, so woo, I might be more present than I've been. Claire Obscura swept the awards. Yeah, some people would say they won too many awards. Still can't believe the freaking discourse about that, about everyone getting angry about it. Everyone was saying like, "Oh, I hope Obscura wins Game of the Year and all this stuff," and then the moment it wins, I hate Claire Obscura. Why did it win? But I can see some people's explanations about it. Chapter 2. Here we go. I haven't played it yet, but I have heard a lot of things about Claire Obscura. Right, so we are currently waiting for these guys to be done. Once these guys are done, we can then leave, because I believe what we get from this is a bunch of science. I need to bring it up. Wrong thing, it's on guides. Is it this one? Nope, that's the other one. The original. That's different. Where are you? From what I heard, it's probably the best game of the year. Maybe. I've only seen like bits and pieces. I know it's French. Damn the French. Didn't realize there is a new solo leveling game. I think there's like 2 out. I know there's a mobile game. Is there? I saw that there was a trailer for another one. I don't know if it's a different one or the same one that's just being like ported to PCs and stuff. Is it this one? No. Where is it? Ah, here we go. That's what we need. And then Ixion event guide. It's this one. There apparently be a new Devil May Cry game, and Larry is working on a game. Yeah, I saw about Larian with their Divinity game. The only Divinity games I've played has been Original Sin, and I'm like partially way through Original Sin 2. I kind of stopped like somewhere. Um, I think I tried. Was it Divinity? Well, I know I've done Dragon Commander because I haven't finished it because I thought it was cool being able to be a dragon and having like a jet on myself. But there was another one which was like the RPG one. I can't remember which one it was, but I think it was like Dragon something, Dragon R's or something. I think it was a demo though. It was a while ago. But I didn't know they're making a new Devil May Cry game. I missed that. Cool. Right. So we are at Deville 59. Ixion, how long does colonists take on Deville? If I can spell it, Deville 59. Okay, one is 15 science and one is 30 science, so we just have to wait until then. So that would mean I have to wait 15 cycles, which shouldn't take too long, because cycles go by pretty fast if you're not paying attention to it. Not confirmed on Devil May Cry, just based on some news recently? Oh, okay. Well, that's different then. Deville 59. It says... 40 alloy, 30 food, 30 colonists. Outcome, 15 science and 50 cycles, or 30 science and 30 cycles. I think we did the first one, so we just got to wait 15 cycles. We already got a few, like 2 science from this, so we need to wait 13 now. Speaking of which, we are... I believe we're still trying to gather people and other stuff. Let me check our... things here. Okay, we can get you to do some other stuff now. So gather this stuff. There we go. Assistant promotion. More science. Personal computer. Research speed increased by 20%. It's doing that right now. Can we get anything else? I know there was one thing that it said to try and get as soon as possible for Chapter 3. What was it? Assistant promotion. Fusion station and crop farms. Stellar cuisine and space chef from mess hall. Mess hall. I mean, this is really the only thing, because we can't upgrade these yet, so I'm guessing we just have to wait. It says we need... Advanced logistics is required, so we need to get this. That's fine by me. There we go. Personal computer has been unlocked. Woo! And now things will get faster researched. Yay! And it should be that when these guys are done, we can then pick them up.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Of course it has. Danger. Got homeless people here. Working conditions. They need more workers, which is why we're also trying to get people so we can put people in those workers. What? Put workers in those sectors is what I meant to say. I think I can probably take that off and just make it people. Science. At least we have this here, which is making things work better. Building storage is full.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Am I gonna need to build more food
An important
things?
message from our colonization mission requires your attention.
I'm gonna build another one just to fill it up, but I'm just trying to remember where things are going. This is Sector 3. Right, Sector 3 has nothing there, so I might need to put it over here, maybe? And then immediately make this food. And then we had an alarm. We have completed our studies on Deville 59. We estimate a colonization success rate of planets like Deville 59 to be 2.73%. That's pretty low. Please authorize extraction preparations. Sever communications with the colonists. Thanks to the science. Bye now. The possibility of crude abandonment in the event of emergency situations. The colonists were aware of what they signed up for. Now we can get them. Pick them up.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
I get it. We have 77 science. What are we currently researching? Whoops. Nothing. We're not researching anything. Crop bomb? Nope. 10% faster. I wish there was a way to make it so that it could lessen the amount that it damages things by. Ship reputation? Sure. Then we'll put this one up. The more our science ships can survive, the more we can have things in. Also might need to find a way to make these ships go fast, because they take forever to get back.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The colonists have prepared for extraction. They are waiting for our cargo ship for retrieval. Oh, look at this guy go! Whee! There we go. Alright, back to the Tycoon. Back to the Tycoon. Everyone back to the Tycoon. We have plenty of food, plenty of water. I believe we're still getting people from here. Yep, 826. Save because we've gotten all the science for that now. Alright. I believe it's now time to bounce. Alright, let's get out of here.
Charge. In accordance with Ralph Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before Volt Jump initiation. Ixion engine ready.
Let's jump this bad boy. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. At least we get to see this jump again. Spin. dread space. Boom. We're in, and there's a wreckage right in front of us. And a big combat ship. Or something.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. Expected irreversible damage to the Tycoon detected.
Maybe we should try and improve the engine so that doesn't happen.
Reached the exoplanet Remus.
Warping like Star Trek? Oh no, nothing like Star Trek.
Primary sensors
Star Trek
are
uses
picking
warp
up
drive. We're literally
vast
going
amounts
into
of
like a
debris.
different plane or something, or we're compressing all of
caution
space
and
into like
initiative.
different things.
We must reach Remus.
I like to think it's more like light speed, because light speed is like you enter a separate dimension. We're kind of like a side trajectory of that. Locate a viable planet. Let me have a look around first. Oh boy, this place is brown. It's either brown or green. Initial reports indicate that we found the wreckage of the Enemanki's command center. The UN ship appears to have been attacked. Huh. By who? We need to immediately start searching for stuff. Let's do quests first. And warping like Star Trek. Yeah, I guess. It looked like an arc reactor. Yeah.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Although the command center of the Enemanki is heavily armored, the structure has suffered terrible bombardment. It appears as if something sliced through the largest superstructure of the Enemanki. This must have been dislodged the center and separated it from the rest of the ship. Numerous pieces of debris and corpses float around the ruin. We have located a breach within the armor plating that should allow us to get inside. Huh. Alright, we need more carbon, so next chance we get, we're going to try and look for some. We'll make this high priority, because right now we just have a bunch of food waiting, and we can't get any more with this. Collapsed food production district. Our sensors have located a section of the Enemanki's drifting in the vacuum of space. Our initial readings are registered a lot of organic debris.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Of course it has. And why is that? Because it doesn't have enough workers. It needs 317. Right, because people get dying. Yeah, people get dying, so we didn't have enough space to put them. In that case, we'll do that. Because they're in more dire need than the others. Right, we need to make more copper, so I'm going to try and see if I can... Well, carbon, not copper. Oop. There we go.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Where are you? Administrator, since leaving Earth, we've lost 630 crew members. Even without being an expert in Dr. Munchie's crowd's psychological theories, it will not have escaped your notice that as the number of deaths increases, so too does the prevalence of the dead Earth sickness. Stop it! Stop being permanent! Administrator, we're representing those settlers from the colonization test who have silenced some of the voices that question your natural philanthropy. The crew is delighted to be reunited with their friends and crewmates. Some see it as a sign that humanity is not doomed to die in space. Beyond hope, it fills them with courage. Yay! Get drunk! 50% bonus, damn! Okay.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
The sector is converted to the cult of the Hull. This has a positive impact on the morale of the crew. The converts are waiting to hear your opinion on their worship. Sanctifying the Tycoon and its facilities does not directly violate any Dolus directives. Embrace the writings of Bargerville. The Tycoon is a body, the Hull is its skin, we are its blood. Suppress the cult. I don't want a cult, but I'm worried that if I don't let it proliferate, we're going to get really bad. Wololo. Okay. Alright, I just want to be sure that if I try to get rid of this, it doesn't do anything. I mean, apparently it doesn't do anything other than gives you more stability, so sure. The moment it starts becoming a problem, though, you know, like, oh, we need to sacrifice children, that's where I'm like, okay, no. We're backing outside of this cult now. We are on site. This part of the Adamanki was responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into two zones, vegetal and animal. We have also identified a self-contained area generating a heat signature. The area is small, but it is not impossible that some survivors may be sheltering there. Investigate the vegetal zone, investigate the animal pens, make a cautious approach towards the self-contained area, invasively breach the self-contained area, or leave. I hope I can do these one by one. Okay, it looks like you can do one by one. Okay. We seem to be fine. So we'll do one by one. So we're doing vegetation. Vegetal grow. Vegetal zone! Word's hard. Especially when you put them out like that. Data crux of Crucius.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Frozen rooms through which the sensitive teams have had to navigate are from a nightmare. Projectile damage covers most surfaces, and there are signs of electrical fires having raged throughout the corridors. This does not discount the ever-present grim sight of severed corpses. Upon entering the bridge, the team discovered the bodies of the Commander-in-Chief and other officers. It appears they took their own lives. We must retrieve the Remus's data. The Tycoon should be kept in close proximity to the command center. This will allow the sensitive team to use the station's power via the retractable telescope pole and access the center's terminals. Words do good, yes. Recover the coordinates of the exoplanet. Science. Come to me, science. There we go.
A probe has completed its scan.
Woo! Carbon and iron. Woo! Okay. Nothing here. Nothing here. Mine 10% faster. Endure dangerous weather. I would like to make you faster, so I'm going to make you faster. And we'll repair you as time goes on. Well, that requires 40, and I don't think we have that, so... No. Uh-oh. I can't unqueue it! So much ice there. Ooh, I didn't realize it broke up into 3.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Summary of intelligence on vegetable production area. Journeying through several layers of debris, the Archimedes team finally reached the vegetable production area. They were greeted by the floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew. A few district workers seem to have reached emergency cryopods before depressurization. Hydroponic technology was used aboard the Edamaki to grow fruits and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yield reports detail how hierarchical rationing reserved the rarest of the foods to the highest-ranking crew members. That sounds like bullshit. Although the remaining food production facilities are unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. Retrieved resources have been prepared for extraction. Personalized instruction upgrade unlocked from the crop farm. In animal pens. Who isn't doing anything? You are. Go, Copernicus! Our probes have detected a signal originating from a chain of mountains that border on the acidic ocean of
The
P38.
science ship has arrived at its destination.
Large quantity of steel around what appears to be the wreckage of the industrial zone. We have arrived at the ruined industrial zone. The view is intriguing. In addition to the general debris and bodies that float everywhere, there are large piles of previously molten metals that have been solidified when the area was exposed to the vacuum of space. The zone is ripped open and much of the interior appears to have been blown away. The structural tear extends into the storage area full of suspended yellow particles. That sounds dangerous. Is it radiation? Explore the industrial zone, investigate the storage area, look for the source of the yellow particles. Okay, I mean, I guess we could do this, so explore first. Oh, there's 44 science? Damn! Alright, we have more probes. How much is here? 615.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Woo. Administrator, the Remus coordinates aren't here. As you know, Vol coordinates are incredibly complex algorithms that require advanced technology for their storage and application. We did identify a storage area within the command center where such equipment perhaps included the stolen data from the Pythagoras. Should have been held. It has been ripped away, shorn by cutting lasers and taken. Look at this long arm on us. There is some small hope. A single damaged calculator terminal was found. power supplied from the Tycoon has allowed us to access it. It appears that in the Animanki's final moments, where they attempted to address the colossal damage done to the ship, the crew were able to identify and record the self-similar signatures of their attackers as they withdrew. Perhaps they hoped to later mount some sort of pursuit to recover the stolen coordinates of Remus. We are now in possession of that signature. It belongs to the Piranesi, a ship of the Black Market Society. This is where our hope fades. The few officer logs we have found that detail the attack are terrifying. It seems highly likely that the coordinates of the Remus are now on board the Piranesi. Having processed the data we have found within the center, and thanks to old recordings from now inactive distress signals, we have been able to locate other parts of the Animanki which have drifted across the system. Cool. The latest Call of Duty game is not doing well. Yeah, I know. Black Ops 7 or whatever. Have they ever been doing well? They kind of suck all the way through. The last good game was like Modern Warfare 2. Maybe Black Ops 2 was the last good one for the Black Ops games, but that's the problem when you start to force games every year. I've also seen, I saw Angry Joe review it. It looks nothing like a Black Ops game. They completely made it a fantasy now. Been able to look over parts. Determine Animanki's previous mission objectives or the Piranesi attack. Can I do both? Let's do the attack first. Of course it's right in there.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Industrial zone itself is devastated. Both factory machinery and crew were covered in flying molten metal as depreciation has occurred. As the metal solidified, grisly monuments were created. Sometimes all that remains of a body is a cracked metal shell. Cryopods found in the area have either been covered by steel or compromised. Our team was able to gather some information about the Animanki's production methods. And I have been randomly saying things not relevant to the game you're playing now. It's fine, Swordmaster. Investigate the storage area.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The production area has been gutted. I just heard a dog. For several hundred meters, the huge amount of floating carcasses has made it difficult for the team to differentiate between what is animal and what is not. The team did find several working cryopods and have prepared these for extraction. Production seems mainly to have been galliform, whatever that means, though there are signs of rarer meats were produced. The Archimedes team wishes to specifically note they have found a cryopod containing a dog. The owner seems to have decided that the animal's life was more important than their own. The corpse hangings to the pod. Provide a new home for the dog, that is the only good option. Whatever this says. Bypassing security measures. Archimedes' crew will bring the dog aboard. We have a good boy incoming. Oh, excuse me. Colonization testing, data collection will help shape future Dollars initiatives. We have another one ready to go, so let's send that out now. Oh boy. Whoa, that's everything. Sure. Oh, is it just because it's closer?
A science ship team has completed a
4,000 resources? Damn. As Animanki paused the Crux system, it was surprised and attacked by the Piranesi. Reports indicate colossal casualties. The UN was able to find a flaw in the Piranesi's defense system and managed to mount a boarding assault. The Piranesi responded by firing its main weapon before fleeing the system. The last survivors of the attack who could not enter the cryonic pods either died from the cold or slowly asphyxiated in the days that followed. determined the previous mission.
A science ship team has completed
Administrator,
a task.
I did not expect this decision. I will remind you that Dolus regulations prohibit animals on board the Tycoon. I do postulate, however, that the animal's presence may be good for crew morale. Damn right it will be! Who cares about stupid rules about dogs? I want a cat and dog. Invasively breach or make it cautious. Now, there's a heat extinguisher here. I don't know if it's probably good because they're trying to kill us. So I'm probably just going to invasively breach. Maybe this is going to be safer. The Archimedes team will breach the self-contained area, prioritizing Dolus crew safety over any presumed survivors. They are most likely already dead. Another one? Oh, there it is. Of course, they got to be in the dangerous fart cloud.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Administrator, the debris field we have entered is mostly composed of corpses. Floating bodies bump against the hull and create sounds that reverberate throughout the Tycoon sectors. This is not proving beneficial for crew morale. DLS reports indicate that EVA crews are discussing their experiences working outside the Tycoon with colleagues in mess halls, compounding the problem. I mean, yeah, but I kind of have to stay here until we've finished.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The storage area seems to have been the battleground for a large violent clash. Workers attempted to repel an invader using a small firearms and improvised weaponry. Apart from the cutting laser marks across bodies, containers, there is no evidence that identifies the invader. The large majority of the storage area appears to have been emptied, but after some searching, the Copernicus team located a number of intact cryopods and resource containers. Everything has been prepared for extraction. Damn! 97 alloy? 2 electronics, that's whatever. 188 survivors, though. Are they willing to work with us? Look for the source of the yellow particles. A new point of interest. Our probe was registered as interesting environmental data on P51, primarily similar to these found on terrestrial seabed. These conditions may provide conductive to the existence of life. Ooh.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Upon breaching the area, the crew of the Archimedes discovered the corpse of a young soldier. Their diary indicates that they were part way through some type of rite of passage, and when the Enderman was attacked, they found themselves trapped in this area with some engineers. There are signs of cannibalism on the remains of the few other corpses present. Further diary entries portray an individual sinking into dementia, blaming Dolus and the Ashtaganites, or Gites, for the misfortunes that had befallen them and for the loss of the Earth. The team has concluded this was a place of indoctrination for the surrounding production zone workers. Wow, indoctrination. Remains of a statue dedicated to the glory of the Enamanki commanders were found, as well as other art pieces aimed at condemning the enemies of humanity, Dolus and Ashtaganites. I'm guessing it was a good idea we blew up the room then, so then he would just be dead rather than trying to kill us. Leave the wreckage, we're done. Let's just gather the science and then we can move on. Do we have enough to... We do. Okay. Half the trust penalties arising from an overload. I mean, that's okay. %10 faster? Sure. Why not? Mining ship's always nice. Protocols have been unlocked. Probe construction proceed increased by 50%. Damn. Okay. I do want the probes to go faster, so I'm gonna get that first.
A science ship team has completed a task.
By powering the command center, the sensitive team was able to extract and analyze core mission data. The Anamanki was a UN ship initially launched to find other exoplanets. Early data logs from their voyage indicate a glaring lack of preparation to accomplish such a task. In the absence of a habitable exoplanet, they seem to have exonerated or concentrated on the search for what the UN has designated as enemies of humanity, Dolos and Ashkanites. By boarding the Protagoras, the Adamanki was able to locate Remus. They initially launched to find exoplanets, but then they went crazy and just decided to start killing Dolos and Ashkanites. Okay. We're done here. I can now move the ship, which I'm going to do. I guess I'll move it up here, because this is the exo... This is the planet for a possible thing, isn't it? Yeah. So I have to come up here anyway. 3.4 cycles. There it goes. Bye-bye, dead people.
Administrator, we have found the Piranesi signature stored in the Etamanenki's destroyed command center. It is a ship unlike any other in our records. A formidable opponent, now in possession of the Remus coordinates.
Yep.
The eventual failure of the Tycoon's hull is inevitable. We have no other choice but to confront the Piranesi. Before we leave the system, we must find a way to develop an effective countermeasure strategy.
I can do that. The Arc of Humanity. The technology, the Piranesi, has been unlocked. Have 4 sectors unlocked. I have to unlock a 4th sector? Awaken 2,000 cryopods and store 500 ice. You want me to... Okay. Find the countermeasures for its attacks. Build enough batteries so that at least 4 sectors have backup power for 5 cycles. You really want me to prepare, don't you? I'm trying to speed along so I can see the planet coming into view. Although, where are we? We're not even halfway yet. It's going to take a while. Alright, it's currently processing science, so you can go... here. What is the game about? The game is about us trying to find a new home for humanity, because unfortunately, we were the first into trying to fix the problems that was going on Earth by finding a new place. We tried out an experimental engine. The engine worked, partially. We managed to get to that thread space we saw, but we destroyed the moon in the process, which then set off a spiraling set of problems for Earth. The prototype engine that we used sent us into the future. So basically we've gone like 100 or whatever years into the future. Earth is dead, people have already left it, and we're trying to find out where the planet Remus is, which is one of the places we were supposed to try and look for to see if it was suitable for human habitation. So far, we don't know where it is. We were literally the test bed, which the Protagoras were supposed to be the successor to us. They crashed into a nice thing, so we're the ones doing the mission now. We don't know whether there's any more people outside of the Protagoras we just met. So, yeah. We're screwed. Well, Piranesi's all the way out here. A rogue spaceship belonging to the Black Market Society.
A probe has completed its scan.
Wow, there's so much science in here.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The team followed the trail of yellow particles through the vacuum to another section of the Adamanki wreckage. It appears to have been at least partially spared from the destruction we have seen elsewhere. The particles come from the crushed and damaged flowers of yellow squash. Somehow time travel reminded me of Interstellar. Yeah. I'm actually not sure if this came up before Interstellar, but... same thing, space messes everything up. A bed for these frozen plants surrounds a large bronze sculpture, a depiction of Earth. Crowned with laurels, many messages have been left near the sculpture. Railing against the perceived enemies of humanity, Dolos and the Ashkanites. A plaque at its base reads, "Against the cynicism that kills hope, against the madness which precipitates hell. to perpetuate the genius of humanity and the memory of our life to Earth, or on Earth. There is a compartment beneath the plaque in which a sealed time capsule was found. It seems possible it could be opened. Well, open the time capsule, because it's been years. Ugh, they're going into the danger zone. The animosity between former crew members of the Protagorites and the Adamanki, or Protagoras, is becoming a problem. Accommodating survivors from both crews together in Hakoon threatens the stability of the station. Protocols recommend temporary separation till tensions cease. Initiate population transfer and individuals will be sorted automatically using the DLS center. 100 crew members will be moved from Sector 2 to Sector 1 to address this. Sure. Because we're moving, we don't have any batteries. So we need to move 100. Sector 2 to Sector 1. Start migration. The only reason why they're not active is because, you know, we don't have any power at the moment. Administrator, inconsistencies were detected within a crew member's DLS records. After reviewing the data, I found that the crew member is actually a dog. A borzoi, to be exact. Bless me. It's the dogs that go, didn't I do it for you? I have not discovered how it came to be on board. Its mere presence violates several health protocols. I will say that it does seem to be providing extremely beneficial for crew morale. A decision must be made concerning the animal's fate. Respect sanitary protocols. Officially recognize the dog as the crew member. +1 permanent bonus. Yes! The dog lived forever! This game was released in 2022. Okay. And Interstellar was released in 2014. Okay, I get it. Bless you. Thank you! You had failed to transfer resources to another sector during the last cycle. Is it because it's full?
A science ship.
I don't know why
has
this tree's all
arrived at
weird.
its destination.
Hey, we're here! Where's the planet? There it is. Oh, it's green. This looks weird.
Population transfer complete.
Woo! Our sensors have located a section of the Adamanki drifting in space. We have arrived at the site. Only 2 of the Adamanki's massive reactors remain. Initial reconnaissance reveals 3 places of interest: the thrusters, the engine room, and the engine supervision area. Can I go to all 3? It looks like I can. So I guess I'll do all 3. Investigate the thrusters. We have a new one of these, so let's set it out. Ooh, there it is. It's way out there.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Inside the capsule were toys and another everyday item. Several objects were found of unknown purpose. There was a packet of newspaper clippings that revealed some of what happened after the Tycoon first entered self-similar space. There was a total collapse of Earth's ecosystems, accelerated by the moon's destruction. Well, here you go, more stuff. In response, the United Nations installed a totalitarian government of planetary surveillance to protect the population from eco-terrorists and the continuous waves of pandemics. A totalitarian government, that's kind of extreme. They prioritized corporate practices that supported the environment and its preservation. I mean, it should just be that anyway. It doesn't need to be totalitarian, but okay. Individual responsibilities seem to have become paramount. Numerous legal ramifications were implemented to counter any further acceleration of ecosystem destruction. In this time of crisis and guided by the government, society seemed to have turned on politicians, extremists, immigrants, and conspiracy theorists. One after the other, they portrayed them as possible scapegoats, holding them responsible for 250 years of industrialization, market disruption, superficial societal practice, moral decay, and hyper-consumerism. I mean, politicians, yes. Extremists? Yeah, sure. Immigrants? No. Conspiracy theorists? No. That's a bit silly to think, oh, it's the Illuminati. You think it's the Illuminati. You're the problem. No, it's corporations and capitalistic society. So, focus on those things. The Etymaki was the Great Ark, or was to be the Great Ark, the global project that would save humanity. Again, only those deemed well-behaved in the eyes of the government would be allowed on board. The Eshkanites, fanatics of mysticism and proponents of genetic manipulation, were left behind on Earth with the deviants and dissidents. Wow. Well, the Earth's dead now, so nothing survived there. Have you heard of Ruby before, an anime-inspired animated show? Yes, I have. I was interested in it up until Season 2, and then Season 3 sucked. And of what I heard, seasons onwards ruined the show, so I'm not interested anymore. Especially considering that they're completely changing it to be an anime now, instead of an actual, what it was before, the 3D animated stuff. And trying to keep it with the original... I wouldn't say creator, the guy that did the action scenes. It just feels wrong, so I'm not interested. Plus, rooster teeth, so, screw him. Self-cleaning lubricants upgrade unlocked for waste treatment center. Oh, okay. Gather that science. 70 science, damn. Wait a minute, is that getting bigger? Why is that moving? Huh. At least it's open up spaces. Is this system's deal? Is that this is going to continually keep moving around, so we have to keep moving? Because if so, that sucks. I watched until Season 4. Season 3 began the downfall. Yeah. Like, I was really interested in it. I thought it was cool. I liked the settings. I liked the different characters and the anime aesthetic to it. But then when it hit Season 3, I was like, what changed? Ixion. And it's called Theta Crucius. Theta Crucius gas. Corp fields located at most points of interest, which have an impact on crew morale. Magnetide, essentially a moving variant of the stellar storm. This storm is very dangerous to the Tycoon's ships, as well as the Tycoon itself should it enter the storm. Storm's movement is initiated by completing points of interest. Oh, I didn't know that. That sucks. It will eventually completely move through the sector. It is possible to fly the Tycoon through the storm and begin clearing points of interest from the other side, but expect to take some damage. Keep in mind that ships docked in the Tycoon are protected from the weather. Okay. Initially, there are 6 points of interest around the storm. Completing each point of interest will move the storm closer to these points and initially start covering some resource nodes. The point of interest at crew can be completed twice. Really? After completing a total of 5, the storm will cover all points of interest initially uncovered. After completing a total of 7, the storm will move away and clear. Reactor wreckage and destroyed command center. After completing 8, the remaining points of interest will clear. After completing 9, the storm will have moved away completely. If you have 3 science ships available, you should have the 3 points of interest that get clear from the storm first as the last 3 of the point of interest completion. Okay. Well, that's good to know, because I was just noticing it. So that storm that was in the center, when we first arrived, it was only covering the left half of the sector. But each point of interest that we've done, we've made it get closer to where we are. We've done 4 at the moment. It's 4 or 5. Because, yeah, this part of the space was not available at first, and now it's moved over. While we're waiting, I should probably build a thing like it says. So we'll put this here, and we'll put one here. Now we need to make this, because apparently we need to have Sector 4, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, we'll go Sector 4. I don't like going like 1, 2, 3, and then 6. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Resources are required in order to support the proper function of the sector. Let's do it. Ooh, look at all of them. That's not what I clicked on. Industrial zone. Alright, you're there, so you can go down here.
Ship team has completed a task.
Alright, so what we need to do is that we need to get these 3 finished at the same time. The Animonkey seemed capable of achieving 2 different types of propulsion. The intra-system made of propulsion has been similar to the Dolus' EKP. Cross-referencing mission data reveals a number of matches to the encounter near Saturn during the Tycoon's initial test phase. Their inter-system propulsion covers many of the basic operations of the Vol engine. Our team has noted the remains of numerous accreditation areas. Access to and knowledge of the propulsion mode seems to have been strictly regulated. The 2 reactors were damaged at the same time as the large superstructure, and our analysis revealed traces of gluon particles. Inspect the engine room, I guess. Oh, come on, give it, there we go. Science, because we don't have anything going right now. That's fine. I do want to upgrade this so I can get this to go faster. P. Stanford is what Starification has always destroyed. He is a selfless person. Someone who does what he does without his ego coming into play at any time. We try to make that sure that the Dolus research environment provokes the same kind of behavior. Service capacity, 5 more beds. Polymer, steel, electronics, gateway. Tech lab, nothing yet. Probe launcher. This will be pretty good, so I'm going to put this on loot next. Happy, happy. They're all happy, but they're in danger. You know what? It might be better to put non-workers here because we have so many buildings to be used for homes.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
This is the sensitive crew. We are currently in orbit of P-38. The planet possesses a highly corrosive atmosphere. There will be little room for improvisation once we touch down. We must establish a search protocol now. We do know that the signal is transmitting from beneath a mountain. Alternatively, we could focus on analyzing material samples in order to improve our understanding of planets like P-38. Bore through the mountain before topographical analysis, ignore the signal and focus on sample collection. We perform a detailed topographical analysis of the mountain range in order to find a route through the signal's origin. The sensitive will drill beneath the mountain and attempt to reach the point of origin. This might be dangerous. We might just drill into a society that lives under the ground. We don't want to cause problems, do we? Alright. I think, yeah, it's probably better to just do the topographical analysis first. Words.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
We have arrived at P-42. The planet is bathed in toxic yellow haze, which severely reduces visibility. First measurements have recorded trace amounts of oxygen in the planet's atmosphere. We have also noted the presence of a few species of bacteria on the shores of Mada, one of the P-42 cyanide oceans. It might be better to be more advanced with this one because, you know, it's poisonous air. P-42. I can look this one up easy because, you know, it's probably just going to change how much science we get from it. So yeah, we'll just do the advanced one. Whale! Seeing if there's any more blues. Oh, looks like there might be. Where are you? There you are, but you're going there anyway. There we go. Stanford upgrade. Yeah, I can move faster. I'd like for training to not take as much time, so I guess I could do this. The worst moral posture is the one that makes all values null and void. It provokes, ultimately, violence and destruction. Despair and darkness. We must keep in mind that guaranteeing the future of humanity is a source of joy that nothing can extinguish. We have so much science. Jesus, man.
Happy New Year, Administrator. A science ship team has completed a task.
The Adamanki's engines were not supported by a PA or even basic AI. Instead, crew members were constantly monitoring, adjusting and repairing the engines and thrusters. Their living conditions were extremely precarious, and it would seem many of them either prisoners or rejects from the population on board the Adamanki. Traces of writing were found within some dormitory cells, referring to genetic Canadis and the Ashkenites. There are records of several serious breakdowns before the final explosion. Crew members would work waist-deep in coolant, some dying while performing their tasks within the toxic substance. Those who refused were executed by their supervisors. So pretty much a bunch of extremists that went crazy. Investigate the engine supervision area. How How much of this has it gotten so far? We've gotten 30 alloys. We need more food. We need more colonists. We need 90 colonists. We currently have 15. Countermeasure for its attacks. We need 4 sectors. We need more ice, and we need more colonists, but we're doing that slowly. Oh, Sector 4's ready. It doesn't have a layout for Sector 4, it just has Sector 1 and 1 to 3. Let me go up. I need to favorite this so I don't lose it. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see what this chapter layout is. Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 6, okay. Sector 5, recycling. Sector 3, population. Sector 4, power plant and storage. Damn, there's a lot of stuff here. What the hell? There's so much. A majority of this is... I wish they laid it out. So they got domestic quarter, infirmary, mess hall, domestic quarter, drone bay, fire station, or demotic, not domestic, I guess. Stockpile small, battery, demonic, battery tier 2, alternate life center, power plant, stockpile large, Marduk Memorial, probe launcher, and docking bay. They have a lot of stuff here. This is just for everything. Well, I need to collect everything that's here anyway. So it shows these two are connected. It then goes up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way, 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Go. Now I need to make a workshop. I'll just put it here for the moment. And then a stockpile. It shows one stockpile all the way on the other side. It's over here. And it puts it right in front of the thing, which is like here. There are two, so it's about here. And then it puts it here, so I'll just put one here for now. Although it might be better to just...
A probe has completed its scan.
probe. I don't need hydrogen. Silicone, no. I'll take that. Why is the music really dramatic all of a sudden?
Team has completed a task.
It feels like we're about to get attacked or something. You have to go now. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Swordmaster. It's good to see you. Construction speed is increased by 10%? Sure, why not? The sensitive crew. The signal was transmitted from an abandoned subterranean complex. By breaching it, we have unfortunately allowed the corrosive atmosphere of P-38 inside. We estimate that the complex was built within the last 20 years. We do not recognize the iconography on its exterior. The technology inside does seem human-made, and there are signs that it was once inhabited. There is still a little time before the P-38's corrosive atmosphere eats through the sensitive's hulls and landing gear. We do not think we will be able to explore the entire site, but we have identified several places of interest. Okay, so I have to select which ones are important to look at first. Get me out of this first. This place is called what again? P-38. So I'm assuming that we can only do 2 things at a time, so I'm going to choose... The command center seems the most important because it's probably going to have a bunch of stuff there. An area of the compound seems to have served as a communicator and logistics center. The team may be able to learn more about the facilities of former occupants. They're currently doing this. Once we tell it to leave, that's when it will be done. This still needs more food. And... people. I'm going to put this on train automatically for now because we need 90.
A probe has completed its scan.
Yay.
A science ship team has completed a task. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
The engine supervision area was mainly occupied of those of rank. Some had time to enter cryopods before the apparent depressurization of the area. Analysis of remaining computer infrastructure indicates that the directives were merciless towards the engine room workers. They treated them as expendable outcasts. There are traces throughout the entire supervisory district of hacking attempts. All ship computers dedicated to the engines and reactors were compromised, preventing the abandonment key from maneuvering and causing power failures throughout the superstructure. The Archimedes team has managed to extract remnants of the computer protocols that were used to do this. These fragments of code point to an author, the BMS. Relevant data has been sent to the Tycoon's tech lab for more detailed analysis. Pirate. Right, we're not going to leave yet, because if we do that, it's going to finish it. And what do you mean, pirate? Sure, more ice. We now have data to analyze Piranesi's hacking protocols. The associated research can be launched in the tech lab. This should allow us to set up computer protection systems to reduce the impact of any digital attacks. Acknowledged. Hacking threat analysis upgrade unlocked in the Piranesi. Nice. Provide warning of digital attacks on the Tycoon systems. Nairobi Protocol hijacking subroutines. This is a Clara Brunaldi from the Engine Supervision District. We noticed several informatic issues. The engines have been stopped and both internal and external communications are being scrambled. We are receiving contradictory reports from all sides. We must engage computer countermeasures and swift to the analog processes urgently. Right, so yeah, it's not moving, which is good. I kind of need all of this to move over, so I'm going to unlock this. We'll be highlighting? Yeah, this one. So that moves to Sector 2. Because Sector 2 is where the transport things are.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Of course it has.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The sensitive team managed to extract an intact data drive that has been installed, or was still installed, within the center's infrastructure. The disk was heavily encrypted and a significant percentage of its data has been corrupted. However, the data that has been accessible has proved very useful. The logs left behind by the center's former inhabitants are technical and precise. They suggest their authors had possessed an uncommon intelligence and acute sense of self-criticism. Strangely, the organized methodical accounts are occasionally interrupted with mysticism and spiritual remarks. These are seemingly present to justify the results of the Cartesian deductions. 100 science, damn. I guess next would be tank room. The team has located a large room with complex containing numerous empty tanks. They will collect residue samples and carry out technical analysis to ascertain what the tanks are used for. Doesn't sound as useful. The team was discovered a large hangar that appears to have been used for ship storage and maintenance. Examination of this area can tell us more about the purpose of the P-38 complex. That sounds really good, so we'll do that. I am still waiting for more alloys and food. Can we... You have 110 food. Why aren't you sending it? Stuff. Can't really do anything with these yet. I can research fire stations, which I think I'll do. There. Right, this now has 90 alloys. We need more food. I'm going to take you off these for now.
A probe has completed its scan.
That's great. There's so much stuff here, it's kind of ridiculous.
A science ship team has completed
The team identified the area as a sealed landing bay. Once home to several craft of different sizes, signs of EKP travel were found, of a type much more advanced than anything we've come across so far. The team also found traces of organic matter and blood. Some of this was salvaged or salvageable, and same sample analysis revealed that several species seem to have passed through the area. All DNA samples showed some structural similarities to that of humans. It seems likely that this complex was used as a test site for the introduction of species into the P-38 ecosystem. The various integrity sensors of the crew's suits, as well as those of the sensitive, indicate that it's necessary to reputate the team. Right. And now we have to leave them there. Until this is done. We don't do any more science. We let them leave as soon as we're done. We let these guys leave when they're done. And this guy needs to finish this first. How is the colonists on here? We have 30 available. Hey, Anarchy. Why are you not transferred over to the other sectors yet? If I can increase these, it might help. Battery capacity increased by 10%, sure. Sector 1 is slowly but surely getting more people. Where are these guys going?
A probe has completed its scan.
There's so much. Hurry up! Put more food over here. I'm gonna have to make another food one. Wait a minute, this is different. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one. Tech. Layouts for Sector 3. Yeah, alright, let's put more down. There we go. I was like, why am I not seeing things properly? colonists. They're apparently only training 8. Why 8? Fire station dispatches fire trucks to put out fires. We don't need those right now, but good to have. Charging speeds increased by 25%. Batteries we've used for so many years are an aberration to the ecosystem. They pollute, possess such short lifespans. New battery technology is essential for you to meet the goals of space. By 20%. I need these tier 2 ones. Tier 1 upgrades are required to unlock this. Let's put this up next just to get this ring finished. I'm trying to remember how you send out people. From Sector 3 to Sector 2, colonists. I could set them up here and just be like, always send these people to here.
Complete. Accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
An accident in the infirmary. That should be fine, because they could just fix themselves there. Is there any new policies? I don't think so.
A probe has completed its scan.
Done yet? I need more people. Oh, finally. I guess because I didn't get the final thing researched, I can do these now. Right, battery tier 2 stores 300 power, allowing buildings in the same sector to continue operation in the event of a travel or overload. Yes, please. Electronic costs required to unlock new sectors reduced by 30%. That'd be good, actually. Accommodate 40% more crew each meal. Yes, please. Intelligent design would probably be next. Although I was going to read it. this. Dehydration is a curse for the living, but a blessing for the storage. Okay. Convert 6 waste into 9 food after 3 cycles. Huh. How many people here are normal people? 29. Okay. Non-workers from Sector 1 to Sector 3. We'll make it 100. Because they only have 8 non-workers, which is probably what's causing the issue. Sector 2 to Sector 3, 100 non-workers. There you go. Why are you in the red?
Population transfer complete.
Oh, because you want a mess hall. Okay. Whereabouts does it put the mess hall? Mess hall is put on the top left, the top place. I need to get rid of some roads because they're gone. I'll get rid of these. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it means going right across here. And the mess hall goes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have a tier 2 battery now. 5x5, 3x3. This is a huge battery. Ooh, I could just fit it here. Which makes me wonder if I could just replace that small battery over there now. I didn't actually mean to click that, I meant to of it. I'll just put it here.
Population transfer complete.
Damn it. It disappeared before I could click it. Why would I want this? More waste. Are these supposed to be like homes? They're like sliding down. I didn't notice that before. So we need more workers here. Might see about upgrading this as well, so then I can get this to go faster, because it's taking forever. Enough for there now.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Yeah, they need 151. We only have 39 workers here. Stop having accidents. Right, 60 out of 90. Is the reason why these are not getting trained because we don't have enough space to put them? I need more at the moment, so I'm going to put these guys up to 75 this time. we go. Workshop. Build faster. Power overloads have a lower chance of generating accidents. Mechs can construct buildings 25% faster. Mechs repair. Let's go with buildings. So, component deterioration is never to be treated lightly. You can make the best of in the world, but if it only functions for 1 year, it's only viable for advertising. Stockpiles can send one more transporter. Stockpiles can store 20% more resources. Stockpile medium stores up to 330. That's better than 110. I'll gladly take that. The Darkson explosion in 2028 was caused by the storage of different materials that, when combined, proved to be dangerous. That's why each stockpile is assigned its own resource. I've become more experienced. The miner now extracts what? Now extracts 40 per cycle. Nice. Build. I'm trying to remind myself why I have this gap here for Sector 2. It's for the water treatment, not Sector 2, it's Sector 3. What does water treatment do? 50 waste per cycle to fulfill all water needs in the sector. Oh! Okay!
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
Well, I mean, it went down from danger, so I guess that's better. I'll research this next, to be honest. Go. How much does 3 power last? Stockpile medium. More storage. One of the strengths of Tycoon is that its space is transformable, optimizable. It's not just a habitat, it's an evolving environment that possesses the intelligence who encompass it. How big is this? Oh, it's long. Stores up to 330 units of a single resource. Huh. This would help with food, so I'm going to put this here and make this food. Because that would then combine these two for 220, or 3 actually, for 330. We can resume this as well. Colonization. Actually, let me check how long I could get this up. Where are you? Reduces training time by 2 cycles. Being willing to die for a cause does not itself, or in itself, make the cause noble. Being willing to die for a cause only allows the cause to advance further and faster. This is probably better, so actually do that first. Each training session now accommodates 50 non-workers. Each training session now accommodates 200 non-workers. That'd probably be good, actually, to get more people trained rather than doing 50 at a time. Or 15. Okay, I can fiddle about with this now. I was wondering why it wasn't alt-tabbing. I need to see how long we've been going for. An hour and 53 minutes. Okay, stockpile large, T2 battery. So I believe it needs me to go... Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then from 4 go straight across. And it shows going straight across from all the way. All the way, and then the same for the other one, and then join them up.
An accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
It shows demotic quarter. I've optimized. I don't have demotic. I mean this? Houses up to 70 crew members in high quality accommodation. Many tech gurus have capitalized on the knowledge that the ultra-rich can be lured with techno-dreams, promises of autonomous islands and other impenetrable bunkers. Unlike these, the dream spotted by dollars becomes concrete. Okay, so it makes it, instead of being 15, it's now 70. That's kind of crazy. So it goes up from 15 to 40, and then 70 with this. I'm going to wait until I get this researched. So I can put it here. And then I can put the dramatic stuff over here when I research it. Water technology has been researched. Yay! Running out of science. I might need to just bite the bullet and get these done so I can get over here. Because this still requires colonists, and we're running out of colonists. We're still waiting for these ones to finish being done, and it's only going to be 15, which would make it 85. Although it says colonists available 30, so we might have to just do it now. From Sector 3 to Sector 2, only colonists. Water uses waste per cycle to fulfill all water needs in sector. Did I miscount this? So starting from there, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I did. Water treatment center facing down. And then it goes around. Like that. It's weird that they put the fusion station and the water treatment station right next to one another, but...
Population transfer complete.
Damn, you can see all of it in there. That's cool. Don't get filled up with green. These are getting colonists soon. We have that much, maybe I can distribute it a bit better now. I'd probably just do 100. You guys are waiting. Come on, hurry up.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Let's pause on this for the moment. There we go. Finally. Get them to the planet! I can finally start setting up, and then once this is done, we can then leave the planet for all of these places, and then this should jump right over us. Hopefully. Okay, if I can, I would like to put something here, because I think there's space there for sector I don't know why I did that. This is Sector 2. And there's a bunch of space here, so we should be able to build one of these. And then this can house the people. Sector 1 had go up. Just a big space there.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
This is getting filled out, so we need to
A
hurry up.
science ship team has completed a task.
Temporary test colony has now been established. Colonists will periodically transmit reports on their progress. They will provide us with valuable field data. Alright. Now before I leave planet, I need to save. Okay. Right. We're leaving it paused. Leave planet. Leave the propulsion system. And leave P-38. Oh boy! Okay, it's not moving on, but we can get the ships out of here to get to the things here. Please don't get destroyed. Scored damage to the station. Yes, I know. It's so dark in here, I can't actually see the planet anymore. Whoa! That was cool! It's green! Okay, they're out. These guys are out and these guys are out. Okay, cool. Everyone's safe. Whew, that was tough. Right, we can get these guys to stop training. Sector 3 needs more homes, so I'm gonna build this one up. Resume.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
This one. Probe is ready to submit. This is the crew of the Copernicus. P-51's atmosphere has an extremely high gas concentration. We are navigating through an almost semi-liquid environment. The tremendous pressure is putting resistance on our suits to the test. Having reached the core, we are preparing to sortie out towards what appears to be a collection of geysers, the areas that provided the environmental data. Intrusive, temporary, advanced. This sounds like it's just like the default. Hey, you've got this and this. Which one do you want to do? And you get more science if you put more stuff into it. Exactly, this is called P-51. I think in this case it might be better to just do the full one. But I don't know, because we need alloys. We can't keep spending them. We're running out. trying to see, compare them. So if we do the... Ooh, go up. If we do the... This one, it doesn't get as much. If we do the temporary study center, we get 20. And if we did the full-on, like, spend as much resources as you can on it, you get 40. We're getting a lot of science here already, so I'll probably only do the temporary study center. While we're here, we need to focus on getting the iron. Because then the iron can be done here, get more stuff made there, and it'll be good.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
We've got another science ship. Take me to these locations. Fine, I'll go there myself. Summary intelligence of crew 3 P-37. Radioactive, theoretic. We have landed on P-37 in the crater we've named Desolation. The ground here seems to be made of a glass-like substance. That's me. Possibly obsidian, and the crater's rim is razor-sharp. Telluric formations within the crater resemble waves frozen in time. We think we can pull some interesting data from sediment analysis. We could try to discover what impacted here. P-37 Desolation. Intrusive gets us 20. Temporary gives us 40. And the other one gets us 65. That's probably the most I've seen of that. Let's analyze the area first. That's not there yet.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Archimedes crew, we've landed on P-43. The electromagnetic signals seem to be transmitting from below the planet's surface. We only have a limited amount of time to investigate before our suits on the Archimedes hull are compromised by P-43's corrosive atmosphere. Lewis recommends the use of demolition charges to accelerate the excavation process. We might blow up the entire planet. I mean, we've tried to use explosives before. The only time it's worked was when it was in the spaceship. Yeah, I'm going to go with the explosives, I think, in this case. Because it's corrosive, it might be better to go faster than slower. Induce sacrifice. Exo-fighting drone. A health center, capacity to heal up to 100 injured crew members simultaneously. The center can accommodate injured crew members from other sectors connected by train stations? Excuse me? That's cool. ships moves 20% faster. This will be pretty good. We're still in spatial prehistory. In the future, we will look at today's machines with an amused eye. The obvious roughness of our present tools apparent. We just don't realize it yet. Hey, if it means they get to go through the dangerous areas faster, yeah, sure. If only there was something to, like, increase research speed for the ships.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Our hull is doing okay, but we are being continually pelted from the stuff. Not that one, it's this one. The explosion, which was larger than expected, revealed a huge system of subterranean tunnels. Despite the rubble and the instability of the area, the Archimedes team identified a passageway leading to the anomaly. The journey downward was without incident. The anomaly is in a large cave full of strange geological forms. Concentric circles are present on the walls, reaching from the floor to ceiling and formed of many layers of different sediments. Crystal formations have grown everywhere. What is most astonishing, however, is the anomaly itself, a huge grey sphere, about 4 meters in diameter, floating in the center of the cave. Isn't this the same as the other one in the previous system, where if we got too close we would get sucked into it? I don't know if I want to get close to it. I guess it's fine because they're not actually like dangling into it, where before we were on ropes. So yeah, let's do this. Example sphere. Analysis of the crater center has revealed the presence of gluons and the high levels of radiation. Elementary particles samples match those our team found on parts of the Yamamanki wreckage. Additionally, our sensors have detected an object 20 meters or so below the surface. It is emitting an unusual and unintelligible signals in several different frequencies. Authorize invasive recovery, set up a drilling rig, excavate the object manually. I guess analysis of the object right there and there might do something. Drilling it might just damage it. Excavating it might be safer. Because it says signals, so I'm assuming that means it might interfere or interact with our technology, so it might be better to do it by hand. We'll apply the highest level of dullest safety and security protocols during the excavation, categorizing the object of unknown origin as a maximum level threat. Well, there you go then, just in case it is a danger.
An accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
Oh, it's on fire. Might be a good idea to build this. Where does it put this in this thing? It puts the fire station. Fire station. Over here. So we've got 2 domanic quarters, which are 3 across, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It needs 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. That's not good. We don't have anything anywhere. Not that one. I wanted this one. Everyone is focusing on the iron, right? Uh-oh. More things are on fire. You know what? Just to be safe, I'm going to get out of here because we're getting a lot of damage. The scientists should be fine without us for a while. Okay, you can see how long they last. This one is lasting a lot longer.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The sphere repels anyone or anything that gets too close to it, as if it were a magnetic repelling another. Or magnet. According to our readings, the sphere is composed of multiple layers. A thin gaseous layer covers the surface, a seemingly sedimentary layer beneath. Within that, the core generates a strong electromagnetic field that periodically degasses the surface. We have also detected the presence of particles characteristic of self-similar space. Behavioral reports indicate that Geraldine is developing a strange fascination with the sphere. Analyze the crystal formations. We're getting a lot of science from this thing. Just saying. Oh, whoops. Yes, chase me through the storm. We're out. Oh, I can stop getting damaged now. Whee! It's a gas giant. And it has a tornado on it. Or storm. At least they're no longer on fire.
The team has completed a task.
Analysis reveals that these crystals were formed relatively recently. Their growth accelerated by the sphere. The formations also contain elements we brought absent on P-43. Sensors indicate that the team suits in the Archimedes hull will soon be comprised by the planet's atmosphere. Reputation should be initiated with urgency. Well, I think it's time to get out of here. What is this place called? P-43 again. Go up. Freaking scroll wheel. Yeah, so it says to come out immediately, so we're just going to leave. One crew member lost. As we were preparing to leave the cave, Geraldine leaped onto the sphere. Unlike our previous attempts, they were not repelled. They were sucked in. Everything has been recorded in the report. We leave this barren and cursed rock. It's fine by me. At least these places got rebuilt. The Nomadic Quarter houses up to 70 crew members in high-quality accommodation. Which is good. So now I can put it here. It shows it filling up mostly this area. So if I can get rid of this... where does it put the construction? Drone Bay, Fire Station... Workshop is all the way down here. Down here. And it shows 4 stockpiles, or 3 stockpiles. So 1, 2, this, that, and this.
A probe has completed its scan.
Yay. The waste economy has significant in developing countries for long-term time. We must accept waste as part of our ecosystem. If we do so properly, we can achieve a certain balance. Sure. More waste for me.
An accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
Where's the research or tech thing? Tech lab. 5 per turn. Increases research speed by 40%. Sure, many people underestimate the usefulness of PAs. They can be assigned to boring tasks, repeating the same instructions to 1,000 times before going crazy, or without going crazy, or becoming exhausted. They are contented slaves to their fate. We still need carbon. Have we not been getting any carbon yet? Alright, back to the Tycoon so you can get more people coming in.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
We managed to extract the object we have named Freeman. It is badly damaged, artificial and cylindrical construct. Made of an unknown alloy. It measures about 10 meters in diameter and 3 meters in length. It possesses a guidance and propulsion system and bears the letters BMS on its casing. The acronym of the Black Market Society. The object contained a nuclear charge that we carefully deactivated. We have transmitted mission data back to the Tycoon. Desolation, P-37. I think right now we need to save up on resources, so I'm going to just do intrusive. Carbon is what I want. Also see about possibly getting these things up. Science. Steel mill. 13 alloy. Iron now produces 15 alloy. Power cost reduced by 4. Probably get these faster so that we can get more iron. Because we're needing it a lot. Oh, what do you want? Further analysis of the Freeman object found on cruise. The P-37 has been completed. Freeman was used to guide a massive gluon beam fired from the Piranesi. It is clear that using a weapon of this magnitude greatly damaged the Piranesi. Any other construct attempted to use this type of weapon would be instantly destroyed upon its firing. Our team has come to the conclusion that the Piranesi must be recovering somewhere after such a burst of power. 30 science. And 500 ice or something. We still need to get all our people done up though.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Right, research speed. It's been done. Research that. Where is the iron? Give them all the iron. these ships coming in. Concluded that the surface of the planet was liquid around 100 years ago. A strong nuclear reaction, a magnitude difficult to quantify, vitrified this liquid, freezing it in place. Leave the planet. It's moving, and we've got most of the system back. That's great. There we go. You gather that science, and now we can move you, Mr. Sensitive, to over here, I think. Archimedes has gotten his people back. Oh, not you. It is Archimedes. My mistake. Right, go up here and gather what's coming from here. Loads of things from up here. Jeez. Has been unlocked. Assisted. Power cost reduced by 4. I don't really need to reduce the power cost at the moment because I just have so much. So I'll save up. More with the science ship. Ships move 30% faster. One of Frau's greatest discoveries was the particles found in self-similar space. By utilizing these, we should be able to further improve the propulsion of the EKP engine. Yes. Docking bay upgrade. Maybe I should have looked at these better so I could see how fast things could be unloaded and stuff. Spaceship construction speed by 10%. Docking space can now store 20% more things, and this is unknown.
Probe has completed its scan.
Good.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Right. 10 iron now before produces 15 alloy, which is good. The difference between magic and science is that magic does not survive explanation. The manufacturer is doomed to break and die quickly. Yeah, so more iron.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Where? What do you want? The crew are encouraged by how many survivors we have brought aboard the Tycoon. The increase in population reinforces the feeling that our goal of surviving humanity is achievable. The new crew will awaken a crowd now part of something bigger than themselves. Okay. Woo, more bonus. We still need to do so much more. I don't have 2,000 yet. Tachyon injector. Design instruction docking bay. This one? Okay. Spaceship construction is increased by 10%. If that's what you want to get a weird upgrade, then sure. Look how much iron we're getting now. Yeah! Or alloy. Right, I think we can start focusing on getting other stuff as well now. There's just so much iron here. We have arrived on site. The part of the Armanki is a real piece of Swiss cheese. Periodically, there is little debris surrounding it. After a rapid survey, we have identified 2 areas of interest: a still accessible docking port and a communications area. Lethal weapon. I know we're watching a lethal weapon. Docking port. Oh, whoops. Alright, so just do the communications area. Go up. Get me that science, boy! Archimedes, seeing as they're still waiting for science over there. I'll send you over here. You guys are still waiting for alloys. Can we transfer any alloys over here yet? Why explode?
A science ship team has completed a task.
Science generated during
An
exploration is
accident
increased by
has
5%.
occurred in the typhoon.
We will not always have the pleasure to work in beautiful laboratories or international research centers. Tomorrow's pace of study will be on another planet and in space itself. Scouting radius increased by 40%. Pretty good. Probes moves 100% faster. Damn. Let's get the increased radius. Cyberpunk was wrong. No one wants to implant pieces of metal within themselves that need to be prepared, cleaned, and will eventually become obsolete in 5 years' time. The genre did not foresee that our enhanced organs would be located outside of our bodies and that we would dispose of or replace them at our own convenience. Aha, sure, buddy. Is all iron? Yes, it is. Okay.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
This is Archimedes team. We landed on Site 0. We should be protected with the aluminium rain here. It rains aluminium? That's not good. We have located the formation of an unknown origin and commenced the exploration of the site. Alright, investigate it. That's the only option, so I'm assuming it's safe. The entertainment room is the theatre of atrocities. Frozen, severed bodies, parts float everywhere in a grisly spectacle. The team found that the Enemanki has implemented a system of non-computerized communication in the battle. The UN crew had discovered that the messages they were sending and receiving via devices and hardware in this area were being tampered with. The falsification information caused a cascading series of accidents and prompted to move to a new comm system. Something was hacking or mimicking the Enemanki's communication protocols perfectly. Investigate the docking bay then. Look at all this. What I want to know is why no one is handing off those freaking... We're going to do this. Just turn off everything for this. Might be a good idea to just research trains so then things can go between sectors faster. As crew faster. Where's the drone bay? Construct and stores drones. Drones can be used to quickly transfer up to 10 units of resources at a time between sectors. Yes, please.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Essentially, we are stationed on the docking port. Is accumulating a huge mass of debris at the bottom of it. Broken vessels, corpses, damaged cryopods all have been frozen in a horrible amalgam. Yeah. Ships have entered the port too quickly, crashing inside while attempting to flee. The docking bay came under heavy projectile fire, which tore open the hull and breached the protective plating of the Enemanki. We discovered an intact, unexploded BMS missile embedded in the wreckage. We should investigate this further. Defuse the missile, probably. Initiate a controlled detonation. Transport missile. Let's defuse the missile. Carbon, please. Ask and I shall receive. It's currently doing advanced sensors for increased scout radius.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Team reports that turrets are in shape and has steep sides. They have begun mapping the numerous tunnels that lead inside it. Initial reports suggest that these were not created by natural phenomena, but dug intentionally. Continue behavioral analysis of the team in registering breaches of Dollar's safety protocol, as well as metaphysical and psychological aberrations. One crew member appears to have removed their protective helmet, convinced that the air in the tunnels was breathable. Accounting for P-41's atmosphere, the remaining lifespan is estimated to be 37 minutes. DDoS attack flooding Eden Vigilance Network. Alchemy's team will be able to act without constraint, independent of Dollar's protocol. What? There were specifically designed protocols that Alchemy's will continue their expedition and analyze the high levels of aluminium in P-41's atmosphere. I don't know if I'm supposed to leave these guys here. I mean, I guess if we're strict with them, they should be okay. Don't go taking off your helmets, guys. Advanced sensors, good. Can I do anything more with a steel mill? Only to reduce the power. Trade expression is 10%, 15%, 20% more resources, 20% more resources. You can send one more transporter. 20%, 30% more waste. We need to do intelligent design, so let's do that. Food production speeds increased by 20%. By altering the genome of our food items, we'll be able to adopt them into the environments we will evolve into, and to produce the yields that we want. This is not a new idea, we have always done it, it just allows us to do it in unprecedented portions. And the sooner I can get the drone bay done, the sooner I can spread the stuff around.
A science ship team has completed a task. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
We have managed to defuse the missile. The technology contained within it is not only advanced than that aboard the Tycoon or even the Adamanki, but it is of a structure and logic belonging to a completely different scientific paradigm. We have transmitted data and schematics to the Tycoon Tech Lab for further analysis. I missile you. Okay then. Now gather up the science from that thing.
The electromagnetite has passed through the CRUC system, and the Tycoon is still online. Congratulations, Administrator.
Yay. We now have enough data to analyze Piranesi missile technology. The associated research project can be launched in the tech lab. With this, we should be able to set up countermeasures to protect ourselves from Piranesi's weapon. Missile threat analysis upgrade unlocked in the Piranesi. Unlocks the option to construct missile countermeasure systems in the probe launcher. Naomi Protocol bypassing security measures. This is John Carver, Mechanized Team Theta. We have been hit hard by projectiles. Lockdown is in effect in District 74 through to 112. Those bastards don't give a shit about countermeasures.
A probe has completed its scan.
This is finally starting. Right, you can go over here now. We have 300 out, 2,000.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
This is a sensitive team. We have entered the habitation sector's wreckage. Many manipulated corpses and cryopods float in the voids. We have been able to pinpoint the exact area of the unusual readings. Recover the floating cryopods. Alright, we'll probably be finishing up soon. How long have we been going for? About 2 hours, 47 minutes. We're going to wait until we finish this last science thing with the cryopods, and then we'll probably stop.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Received from initial reports, we discovered unusual bacterial formations on P51. For analysis, it seems the bacteria has arranged in what could be called microsocieties. Even use elements of the geological sediment to control growth and proliferation. Do we want to do this? This sounds dangerous. P51. I mean, sure, I guess. More science is more science.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Thanks to intensive psychological medical follow-up, the Archimedes team was able to conclude the study. Solid aluminium particles carried by the winds of the P-41 created a network of tunnels. The corrosive process transformed the topography of the planet. When the particles collide with each other inside the tunnels, their reverberation generates a low-frequency vibration. When this passes through the inner ear, it alters human neural activity. Let's not do this. Let's just leave the planet. I don't want my crew going crazy on me. Put that there. I can now put down Domatic. That's how it was laid out, right? Yeah, I got Domatic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Drone Bay has been researched. Awesome. It's now doing the intelligent crop farm design. Extracts. Move 20% faster. Mining ships are more likely to endure dangerous weather conditions. Sure. Drone Bay. Construct drones and store drones. Drones can be used to quickly transfer up to 10 units of resources at a time between sectors. Yes, please. Now, does it need to face outwards? What does it say? Doesn't say at all, but it says to put it there. Which is why we have this big space here. There we go. This place is pretty much what we have to have in that guide. Everything else is just like place whatever you want in these spaces, but leave everything as it is.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The majority of the Mimir bacteria live inside the geyser's tube. Small groups do exist externally that appear to have been excluded. Samples from within the geyser reveal an organized society that does not only propagate other types of bacteria, but also what can only be described as tools. Exchange via vesicular transfer. We theorize a bacteriological language and, with the help of the PA, send a message to the colony through appropriate stimuli. They responded. The colony has proposed to follow us on an expedition to the Tycoon. This will be a monumental undertaking, as a single human cycle corresponds to several hundred cycles of theirs. We have determined that the best way of transporting the bacteria will be to settle a small colony within the respiratory tract of one of the crew. That does not sound crew. Good. Perhaps an extreme method, but it will provide the ideal conditions for the bacteria, an intelligent and aware species. This will surely open the way for new perspectives. It sounds like you're going to end up getting the guy killed. Yeah, we're not going to do that, so, you know, leave. You know, just introduce a random bacteria into your lungs, it'll be fine. We have finished our evaluation of the cryopods. We are able to discover a large amount. They are ready for extraction. The area is horrifying. The body parts that float here are mostly from civilians. The dwellings within the habitation sector look more like slums than real housing. The population density must have been extremely high. Some bodies show clear signs of disease and malnutrition. Push deeper into the structure to reach the source of the recent readings. So that's still going. That's getting stuff done. This is still giving research. I'm getting a lot of research from that one planet. start getting more carbon, or silicon, in order to make more electronics. So, silicon. There's a bunch here. Why are we not collecting it?
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
You guys are done, so
A science ship team has completed a task.
you guys can go over here. You guys can go here. Making progress through the metal debris that lies everywhere has been difficult. The Adamanki has been constructed from a range of extremely strong alloys. We have come to an area of fallen debris which forms a precarious cave around us. 2 paths onward are possible. We could pass through a large section of pipe that has been laser cut. Temperature analysis of the cut indicates that happened some time ago. Alternatively, there is a reinforced tunnel leading away from here. Its sides are covered in bullet holes. We could continue to investigate the drilling rig, but one of these paths will surely save us time. Cutting pipe, drilling, reinforced tunnel. I guess the reinforced tunnel? Yeah, let's do that one. Again, once we've done this one, we'll stop. Get me that silicone! Uh, 20% faster, 20% more resources. Sure, why not? Strap on some resources to the outside of the ship. Which one is it that's doing the... No, not that one. This one. Because we need the silicon. Get the silicon. Is it because there's no space left?
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Indicated a part of the Adamanki adrift. This is the crew of the Copernicus. This section of the wreckage is massive. We believe it the remains of research and development districts. The laboratories we've seen virtually destroyed, but we did find an intact security room. A sign above it reads Orn 8. To access the room, we'll need power from the Tycoon via the RTP. Unfortunately, specific accreditation is also required to open the room's armored door. The neighboring residential area has collapsed, making the balance of this area unstable. We have spotted some emergency cryopods within the debris, though it doesn't look like there was enough time for a full evacuation. I guess we can do both. A residential area.
A science ship has arrived at its destination. The science ship team has completed a task.
Welcome to the tunnel. We activated a trap, presumably left.
Administrator, a new request.
I get it.
awaits
They give me
your
time to
attention.
read things. But the Endermanki defense forces, our delusion debris fell from above, yet unfortunately our suits' exoskeletons allowed us to avoid fatalities. Yay! There was no sign of the Endermanki survivors, and the end of the tunnel was littered with the corpses of soldiers killed by cutting laser. Exiting the tunnel, we found a small shelter cobbled together from surrounding debris. Within it, a number of broken drones, shaped like deep-sea creatures floating in the lack of gravity. They bear the BMS logo of the Black Market Society. This is the first time we've seen the machines like these. We've transmitted schematics and data and proposed further analysis of the drones to be conducted back on board the Tycoon. Within a small access or recess of the back of the shelter, we have found the corpse of the Endermanki soldier with a now-spent breathing device. They have tried to modify one of the broken drones to produce an improvised heat source. He's been dead for several days. The weak radio signal was transmitting from the suit's emergency beacon. Resume it in an attempt to contact other survivors. Agents of Death, 74 science. Nice. Oh, this is done too. Preliminary analysis suggests that the Endermanki wreckage remains arrived at the site. 2/3 of the district is missing. Remnants of the cooling pipes have generated a haze that hangs about the debris and hides the floating corpses of an Endermanki crew. We have identified 2 viable areas of investigation: the ruins of the research facility and onward to the medical care. Medical. It looks like I can do all of them. Medical district. Investigate the medical district to learn more about the treatment practices on board the Endermanki. We now have enough drones to analyze the Piranesi drones. The associated research project can be found in the tech lab. Blah 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 blah. Drone threat analysis. So do the missile threat first. There. I don't know why this is still taking time, other than just that this is weird. What if I break this down? Oh, well, I mean, is there really a point? I mean, I guess I could have more space for these, because that could fit in there. person has been unlocked. And then I can immediately put this on. Exterior device that disrupts BMS drone targeting systems. This is Dom Walker. I'm currently hidden in Sector 275. Drones have landed up from who knows where and have started to cut and carry away everything they can. Computers, components, even workers. Send us the biggest squad and the biggest guns. There's a slaughterhouse in here. Let's see, can I build anything now? No, just solar panels. We have a lot of this. I do need more of this, so I'm going to do that now. Alright, we can send you up here to get this science. With that, we're done with there, and we can stop for today. Alright! Yes. And there we go. Saving in progress and done. And that is where we will stop for today. We made good progress. We've done a majority of this system already, and we're ready to move on to the next one once we've finished all the science and upgrade some more stuff. But yeah, that is it for today. So thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope everyone enjoyed. As usual, if you have not already, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff so you know our next stream. Man's Professor Dope, the War's Oi. Yeah. As I was saying, so yeah, be sure to like, follow, subscribe to get notified of our next stream. I will be back tomorrow with more Ghost of Tsushima. Be sure to see that if you're notified. With this, though, I'll be back on Thursday. So be sure to tune in for that. As usual, thank you all for joining. If you want to help support me directly, there's links to Patreon and tips as well in the description or below the video. And if you do become a patron, you get invited to the patron list here, where I give you a shout out of every stream, like I do with Hiro Kuni and the Soul Master 37. I thank you for the key support. I greatly appreciate you all. It helps a lot. And we find dogs in space, and it makes us happy. But, yep, that's it for today. Thank you all for joining. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all either tomorrow, or I'll see you all on Thursday for more of this. Until then, you all take care of the rest of today, and thanks for joining me. Bye, everyone.